Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. Let's get right into a pop quiz. I'm gonna show you a clip right now of me doing a bicep curl. And I want you to point out the 3 mistakes that I'm making that are killing my gains. In fact, I'm making 3 huge mistakes that I predict 99.9% of guys are making because I see it every single time I go to the gym. I see these 3 mistakes, and don't feel bad if you're making one of these or all of these mistakes, because I was in the gym for probably like a decade before I started correcting my bicep training. In fact, I think biceps are the muscle group that is trained wrong the most because it's really tricky to maximally activate your biceps. In fact, there's lots of different little tweaks that we're gonna cover in this video. They're gonna help you guys accelerate your bicep gains because I'm a hard gainer myself in the arm area. My biggest genetic weak point has always been my biceps. And it wasn't until I fixed these mistakes that I started making some really fast bicep gains. So let me know what those 3 mistakes are. Let's get right into the content.
You ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.
Let's get right into these 3 mistakes, and make sure you stick around until the very end because I'm gonna show you the craziest bicep superset that I've ever done in my entire life based off the top bicep activation exercise in the world. Now, the first mistake is something that every guy does wrong. The only people that I actually see do this are like experienced IFBB pro bodybuilders. Now, I call it no flick of the wrist. Now, when you're doing a traditional curl, maybe you're doing a palms up curl like this, you might be doing a hammer curl like this, and that's fine. I feel a little bit of my bicep. Now, how you can feel the craziest, deepest activation right in that head of the bicep is this. So watch this little transition here. So by flick of the wrist, I mean, watch what happens to my bicep when I just move my wrist. Watch this. I'm not doing a curl. I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is rotating my wrist. Look at that. See the bicep move? So this is actually a great way to further activate our biceps while doing curls. So watch what we can do here when we actually flick the wrist out. So you're gonna turn that wrist out towards the apex of the movement. So instead of doing a curl like this, how I switch my curls is as I'm coming out, I'm actually twisting out, and at the same time, I'm squeezing this pinky finger. So this pinky finger right here on the dumbbell, I'm actually squeezing it as I'm twisting and flicking my wrist out. So it's just an incredible way to further activate the bicep. So here it is in full motion. Twist, down slow and controlled. And then I'm twist, flick of the wrist, squeeze the pinky at the same time. Turn that wrist out. And just the crazy burn and activation that you get right here in your biceps doing that flick of the wrist movement is so much different than just like doing something like this or doing something like this. Let's get right into the second mistake, and before I do that, do me a favor guys, please give this video a big thumbs up and share this video with any guy doing bicep curls the wrong way. Probably every guy that you know is doing curls the wrong way. Please do me a favor and share this video with them. Now, the second big bicep training mistake, don't feel bad because I had never done this before in my entire life up until about a month ago. And the results that I've got just in a month from doing this are phenomenal. I've been able to make my biceps sore for the very first time in a very long time while applying this. Now, the second mistake is not stretching the bicep at the bottom of the movement. Now, let me explain this. So, you're doing a regular curl. Most of you guys are doing like this. How you are going to just blow up your biceps is by fully stretching them between points of activation and being fully fatigued. Now, how we're gonna apply this now. So the first tip, remember, we're doing a flick of the wrist, we're twisting our wrists out. Now at the very bottom of each repetition on the bicep curl, what I want you guys to do is you're gonna stretch your biceps so hard, you're actually gonna flex your tricep. So, flick of the wrist, turn it out, going slow and control on the way down. And at the bottom of each rep, for like a half second, you're gonna stretch your bicep out so hard, you're actually tensing your triceps. See my tricep flexor? So flick of the wrist out. And this makes it so much harder. It's just stretching that bicep. It's gonna be really fatigued. You're stretching that bicep while it's being fatigued. What's gonna happen is you're gonna stretch the fascial tissue, giving it greater potential for growth. So it's a really advanced bodybuilding tactic. It's a great way just to get more out of your bicep training because you hardly ever see every guy, they stop right here. So instead of stopping right here, stretch that bicep and apply the next tip. Third big bicep training mistake is something I did all throughout high school, all throughout college, involving way too much of my anterior deltoid. Now, every time I go to the gym, I see some young kid, swinging up hammer curls like this. Just look at my anterior delts. Now, anterior delts are one of my more developed muscle groups, but just look at how much activation there is in my anterior deltoid just doing this type of curl. Even with my palms up, a ton of anterior deltoid. See how my chest is up a little bit? You see so many guys curling like this. Now, I have really long arms. This has always been a struggle for me, not involving my anterior deltoid. One good way to really do it is just keeping your shoulders back. So applying everything, we're keeping our shoulders back. That's why doing things like the incline curl is really good because it forces you to eliminate your anterior deltoid. So doing a curl, flick of the wrist, keeping my shoulders back, fully tense the tricep. So applying all three now, and that's a huge difference. Now, another thing I started doing is different types of curls are gonna really help you eliminate your anterior deltoid. So the lat pull-down curl is one of my favorite exercises because curling from different angles is gonna be the best way for guys with long arms to eliminate that anterior deltoid. So doing things like the lat pull-down curl is phenomenal. Doing things like the monkey curl, kind of a similar variation to the lat pull-down curl, is phenomenal for eliminating that anterior deltoid for the movement. I know I covered the top 3 bicep curl mistakes in this video, but the biggest problem that I think most guys have with growing the size of their biceps is too many curls. Now, the top rated bicep activation exercise in the world was actually the wide grip parallel grip pull-up. So I want you guys to try this superset for like 3 to 5 sets at the end of your pull workout or your arm workout. And you guys are going to blow up your arms if you do this consistently. And you can tack on weight with it doing a weighted wide grip parallel grip pull-up when you can do more than 10 body weight. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go wide grip parallel grip pull-ups until failure. And then on the very last rep, I want you guys to do a static hold. So you see me doing a static hold right here on the very last one. You wanna hold that position for at least 5 to 10 seconds. You're gonna be really fatigued because you just did pull-ups until failure. I want you guys to try that static hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Then you're gonna transition immediately into the standing cable curl. But I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes that you were doing on the dumbbell bicep curl. I want you to try this doing the cable curl. Flick your wrist up. So you see a lot of guys actually cheat the curl by kind of like turning their wrists and actually involving the anterior deltoid into that type of curl as well, the straight bar curl. How we can eliminate anterior deltoid is actually flicking our wrist up. So see how I'm eliminating anterior deltoid here by flicking my wrist up as opposed to doing this. So as you're doing these cable curls, flick your wrist up. Don't worry about going all the way up to here. Keep it right there. Go 10 to 12 reps until failure, and that is a killer superset. So do me a favor, guys. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and please share this with your training partner, any guy that you know is doing bicep curls the wrong way. I think this is a really important video because so many guys really struggle with this. Now, I'm gonna link to a bunch of my other arm workouts. I've covered a bunch of bicep workouts, shoulder workouts, tricep workouts. I'm gonna link to my playlist of all my best arm workouts if you guys need more help with other muscle group training. And make sure you guys turn on post notifications. I got 4 videos coming all throughout the summer. I got so much more on the way. I have an upcoming series I'm really excited to launch. And I just want to say thank you guys for all the support. You are looking right now in downtown LA. This is kind of like my little nighttime terrace area that I hang out at. The gym that I was filming at is right out here. So enjoy the nice skyline, tallest building in downtown LA. And I will see you guys on the next video.